So $59, $49. Oops, backwards. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I kind of want to do a test and review on these two Nars palettes that I kind of picked up back to back. So the first palette that I picked up is this Nars Ignited palette, and it's just a really stunning shades. It has 12 eyeshadow shades, and then it has these new formulas. I think they're called lusters, which are these, like, to me, I can kind of use them as toppers, or you can use them as, you know, just eyeshadow as well. But they're really pretty. They are a little bit crumbly, but they work out perfectly whenever you spray your brush. Now this next palette here, which I didn't think it was gonna be this big. Now this palette, I purchased it for $49, and it's called the Make Up Your Mind palette. Do y'all see how big this is compared to this? And it's $10 less. I couldn't believe that. So in this palette, you do get 3 blushes, a contour or bronzer shade, and you get 8 eyeshadows. Now, automatically as well, I didn't realize that one of the luster shades in here is the same one on this palette, and it's the Fuse shade, which is this one right here. So, when I saw that, I was like, I need to compare these two to see which one I would prefer to keep. Because yes, I do find that those luster shades are really stunning, but if I have 2 of them in this bigger palette, and plus it's travel friendly, then I might as well just keep this palette. Now, I'm not going to lie, why I wanted to pick this one up is because of this brown shade right here, which is such a pretty, like, it's just like a pretty copper shade, and as well these luster shades as well. Now I am going to try to do a similar look using both of these palettes, since we do have one similar shade in common, but I do want to use this bronzer, which is the Laguna bronzer, just to see how it applies on my skin. And I do want to say, well, let me swatch it. Yeah, so off the bat, this palette is not very people of color friendly, just because I'm not even that dark, and I feel like this bronzer is barely gonna work for my skin tone. All right. Yeah, so you can barely see this bronzer shade. And also another thing that I love about this is that the mirror is so big. Alright, so yes, unfortunately this bronzer shade, if you are darker than me, this is not going to work out for you. Now, unless you want to still pick it up and just use the bronzer shade as, you know, as a shadow, then that possibly could work out for you. Now, I am going to prime my eyes with the Nars Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. I really do enjoy this eye primer because I have very oily eyelids, and I find that this primer does tend to control that and makes my eyeshadow last almost all day. So if you have very oily eyelids, then this is a good high-end primer to purchase, because it actually withholds your oils from seeping through and looking gross. Now, if I do find a drugstore alternative, then I will definitely let you guys know. But so far, I haven't found something that is as good as this Nars primer. Alright, so putting the eyeshadows together, there are some similarities. Like, for instance, this top pink satin shade, as well as this, well, kind of. This one's more cool tone, but we can possibly use that shimmer pinky shade, as well as, I think we can probably use that brown cool tone matte shade as well. I'm going to try to see if I can get these eyeshadow looks to match as much as they can, so that way we can see which one's your best buy if you're thinking about purchasing one of these. Alright, so for the first shade I'm going to go in on the face palette is Sophia, and I'm just going to put that all over my crease. Well, I guess I'm going to go in with a smoky eye today. Then I'm gonna wipe off my brush and I'm gonna go in with a shade that looks similar to that, and it's called Sophia too. I really need to start doing my research before I purchase stuff to see if I have duplicates, because this is ridiculous. Well, the one good thing is that they're the same, so yeah, so they have quite a few similar shades. You know what? Scratch this. Just seeing how many shades are pretty similar in this palette, but I know for sure I'm gonna get way more use out of this palette. I'm just gonna end up keeping this one, and I'm just gonna return the Ignited palette. Even though it's so pretty, I mean, I already have 2 luster shades in this face palette, and I already have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. So I'm just gonna finish off my look using the Make Up Your Mind palette, because there's just no point in me trying to do the same look if actually I'm using the exact same shades on these palettes. Now I'm actually gonna use Fez on my lid, because I'm just gonna go in with I'm just gonna do a brown smoky eye today. Alright, and then just to spruce up the look a little bit, I am going to go in with this Pattaya shade and apply that as well where I put that Fez shade. Ooh, it's really pretty. And I'm actually going to spray that with my brush, because I already know better. If I don't, I am going to get some fallout. Oh, that's pretty. That is a pretty shade. Alright, so now I'm going to go back in with, I think it's called Sophia. Yeah, Sophia, and I'm going to blend that on the lower lash line. I really am loving how smoked out that this look is coming out. I'm really impressed with Nars eyeshadow, that's for sure. And then I'm also going to apply this blush right here called Luster shades. Or maybe I was wrong. I don't know what these sparkly shades are called. I thought they were like a Luster formula or whatever. But no, the blush is called Luster. I really should do my research on the stuff I be buying. Ooh, that is pigmented. Alright, so I'm just going to end up finishing up my makeup, and then I'll be back. I am going to swatch both of these palettes so that way you can see in comparison how alike they are and how Nars got me. So I am going to do some swatches of the Nars Ignited palette so that way you can kind of see the similarities between the both. So here's the first row. Here is the second row. Then here is the last row in the palette, which is my favorite row. And now I'm going to do some swatches of the Make Up Your Mind. Now these are the face products. As you can tell, unfortunately, they're not very people of color friendly, so I wouldn't suggest picking this up. So I did swatch these 4 first. And this is what those 4 top shades look like. And then that's the second bottom 4. Alright guys, so this is the final eye look. I really did enjoy using this palette. Well, to be honest, Nars does have a really good eyeshadow formula that I have tried so far. Am I disappointed at Nars? No. I'm disappointed in myself because I should have done my research on both of the products here. Should have seen the similarities. Should have seen the price difference. I'm not sure why when I picked this up I thought it was going to be the same size as this. I don't know why. But looking into these items even more. So looking at this palette, the 8 eyeshadows in here actually have more product in them than in the Ignited palette. So the eyeshadows contain 0.06 ounces, which is 1.8 grams each. And on this palette, it contains 0.04 ounces, which is comparable to, which is 1.4 grams each. So if you think about it, you are getting more bang for your buck when it comes to this palette, because you are getting the eyeshadows, and as well you're getting these face products. Now, not everyone is like me that likes to get more for their money. So if you see yourself like, I'm not going to use those face products, then definitely pick this up, because it is not a bad formula. I really do enjoy the mattes. They blend so easy. They look so beautiful. And as well, these shades right here, they are very fun to use. Now, I do want to point out, when it comes to these types of shades, I'm not sure what the formula is or what they are calling them, but these little topper type shades, shimmery shades, they are really, really pretty. Either if you're using them by themselves or you're using them on top of a darker eyeshadow. And as well, I do recommend that you use it with a wet brush or as well glitter glue, because once I was blending near that area where I had put that shimmer shade, I did see some of the shimmer kind of like pop off onto my under eye. So I do want to point that out. But for me personally, because I love getting the most for my products, I love whenever products are travel friendly, because that means I get to bring less junk with me, then this is the better deal for me. I do have to take into consideration that I do have a whole lot of palettes right now. So that is why I am going to return this and keep this, just because I do really enjoy Nars products so far now that I have ventured into their brand. So I'm not disappointed if I would have kept this, but I'm trying to be a smart consumer here. I'm trying to be more conscious of what I have. And to be honest, having this palette, I'm not going to get as much use with this. So with that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this little small review on me realizing that I have a problem, a makeup problem, and I'm trying to fix it. Let me know down below if you guys have picked up any of these two products, or if you haven't, if you're gonna pick one up. Alright guys, so don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and as well click the notification button so that way you don't miss next upload. We'll see you on the next one.